What's going on, everyone? Dustin Koppel here. I'm the traveling disc golfer. Today we are playing J&B Rolling Hills South, which is in Jacks Creek, Tennessee, in between Nashville and Memphis. About a 45-minute drive from the 40, but a beautiful privately owned 18-hole course. And Aaron Dimpton is the designer and builder of the course. But before we do that, we're going to talk about our next giveaway. So here's a photo of our previous winner for the last buzz, but we do have another Mandalorian buzz that we will be giving away photoed here. All you got to do is comment and subscribe on the channel. So once we hit 325 subscribers, we will select a winner for this buzz.
J&B is named after Janet and Bob Kelly in Lamoni, Iowa. This is kind of just keeping Bob's dream alive. From when he built the course up there, it was about 20 years ago now. So good tribute to them, good people.
All right, so hole 1, par 3, 275. That was Aaron Dimpton talking about the history of the course. But now we're going to go ahead and dive right into this. So pretty much a straightforward shot. Here's Aaron. He actually played one hole with me. Then he was really generous to do a lot of the recording. But practice basket right there to the left. So really cool lines that you got to hit right off the bat. So a couple different options here. But just making sure that you hit that gap down the middle. Anytime you get a tree kick on this course, you have no idea where it's going. So a lot of trees, but good little run there from him. And for here, this is my birdie putt, and I was able to sink it. So I was really happy to start off with a birdie. Felt good. But hole 2, he actually just changed this one recently. That green tee pad used to be the shorter, or where it used to originally be, but now it's higher up. So I believe this was 360 or so, if I remember correctly. But just another straight shot that you got to throw down the middle. Ended up a little short of the basket. Trying out the new Paradox from Axiom here. Really understable mid-range. Didn't really have any other option there. Just had to really stretch out. So for par, and just coming up short, airballing right there. At least I make the comeback putt though. So hole 3, par 3, 360. Just going to be another pretty straightforward shot. Got to hit the gaps. This was probably one of the most wide open holes after you hit the initial gap. Plenty of room there. And I just didn't want to hit the gap today. So I was starting off cold. And I don't know how many of you guys feel the same way, but when you start playing, it's always better to warm up a little bit before you got to start trying to hit lines. And then after a couple holes, you end up starting to hit them. Well, that's totally what happened today. That's why I always like to warm up a little bit, but was just ready to get to filming. Aaron didn't have a ton of time, but no excuses. Actually, that was a list of it, but don't tell anyone. So another bogey though. I was trying to distract you guys from having to watch that hole. So par 4, or hole 4, 255. Every single one of these are going to have very unique gaps. This one's going to be a little backhand turnover, sidearm. Just have to hit that initial gap, and you actually have to push this pretty hard. That one started to hyzer in a little early, and I got a tree kick. The main gap, you definitely have to give it a little bit if you want to get a look at birdie. So otherwise you'll end up hitting some of those trees. So tapping this one out, getting another par. Hole 5, 240, par 3. This was, according to Aaron, this is the most aced hole. This is just looking right at you, and of course it is also the tightest hole on the whole entire course. So from there, that one just leaked a little bit to the right, didn't get enough flex on it, but a chance for birdie. I will take it on that one, but could not connect. Yep. So tap out, take the par, move on. Hole 6, 265. And as you guessed it, there are some trees on this one. So really cool shot going downhill. Just a big hyzer, and this one you do have to give it quite a bit as well. It plays a little long. And there are a lot of guardian trees around it, so I mean you have to come in nice and wide, so you got to throw a little bit further than what you think you should. But another par, learning my lesson, playing the course blind. So hole 7, 273, par 3 right here. This is a uphill dogleg right, and once again, it was very similar to, I believe, hole 4, to where you need to give it a lot, and a lot more than what you think, and actually have it travel and then start to hyzer in. I always like to do like big hyzers and have it crash in, but on this one it definitely needed a lot more, so came up short, but tapping another par. So hole 8, 320. This is actually a new hole that he designed recently that he was telling me about. This is playing downhill, and right now you're actually going to see the local route. You know, you just skip the big trees, or skip the big gap and take all the little gaps, and then you just magically crash back into the fairway. I did not deserve that at all, but hey, those tree kicks. So tapping in another par. So hole 9, 310 feet. This is actually, in my opinion, probably the hardest one on the course, because you have OB really, really close to you on your right side. So if you get any type of bad tree kick to the right, you're going to be OB. I don't care. It'll kick OB just because it's going downhill, and it will travel far. And that fence line is really close, so you got to be careful of that. So throwing that paradox again, just trying to get out of this jungle. And from here, just trying to get up there, and overshot it. So this was for 4 and just could not connect. So taking a 5, did not show that finish putt. But moving on to the back 9 now. Hole 10, 275. This is where it starts to open up a little bit. The gaps are going to be a little bit friendlier. And in my opinion, the back 9 is a lot easier than the front 9. So this is one that you're just going straight down the middle. You can throw turnover, you can throw that sidearm, whatever you're comfortable with. And then from here, nice little jump putt, and it cashed it for a birdie. That felt really, really good after taking a double. I'm sure all of you guys can agree with me. That's one of the best feelings. So hole 11, he actually has a new par 4 that's going to be coming in, and it is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Really excited to see that. He'll actually talk about it at the very end, but it is going to be almost 500 feet, and it's a very, very unique one. So this one, though, I did that little flex sidearm. I thought I almost aced it. That would have been great to have that on camera, but came up a little short, and then could not putt today. So hole 12, 280, par 3. This is going to be just a nice long hyzer shot for me. I believe I'm throwing my reactor here and just hitting the gap. And I was really, really happy with that shot. But ended up coming a little short. A lot of these holes play a lot longer than you think, especially with the trees. So gotta make sure you juice it up a little bit. But tapping in another par here. So here we go, hole 13. This one's going to be looking right at you. 255, just straight ahead. This was called the cell phone tower hole because that is a Verizon tower that is on the property as well. And I was throwing a flex forehand and just early released it right into the trees. And I was looking at this hole and I was like, oh, this is going to be such an easy birdie, and just got in my head about it. But from there, thought I was going to make that, and ended up a little short as well, hitting the basket. So yet again, the theme of the day, another par. Hole 14, 305, starting to work our way back downhill now. Just going to be a long, long shot, playing along the left, and my camera actually died on me, so I do apologize for not letting you guys see the tee shot. I threw a sidearm, or the tripod I was using. It's a stabilizer, and it ended up dying, so had to get creative with that. But hole 15, 345, and I believe he's actually going to be making this one a par 4 as well soon, if I remember correctly, or he's going to be adjusting the tee. He's adjusting the tee pad, that's right. So just a pretty tough one to get do got to carry and make sure that you don't hit any trees. All right, so hole 16, there's an A and B position. I'm playing the A right now. According to him, no one has ever birdied this one. It is uphill, tight gap, and it plays a lot further than 305, but you got to hit this initial gap and then carry probably another 200 feet, so it is pretty difficult. I ended up getting a tree kick actually towards the short tee pad there, and then was able to lay up and took a par there. All right, hole 17. Gonna be throwing my insanity here, just a little flip up sidearm, letting it cruise and go straight. And this hole 17 is pretty much a straight shot, but it's just throw what you are comfortable throwing. Ended up behind those trees, had a look at it, but tapped in another par. Hole 18, 315 right here. Once again, another straight shot. You pick your poison on what you want to throw here, backhand, sidearm, anything that's going to go straight. And just hope that you can get the gap. And from there, ended up leaking a little bit to the right of the basket, but I had a look at it. And trust me, when you're out there and you have a look for a birdie, it is a great feeling. All right, guys, just finished up at J&B Rolling Hills South in Jacks Creek, Tennessee. This course is privately owned by a gentleman named Aaron, and he absolutely loves this course, and you can tell. This course is so well maintained and kept up. It is absolutely gorgeous. The Rolling Hills do live up to the name, but they are not as bad as you would think. Really easy to navigate this course. A very well wooded course, but the lines are super fair, but some of these holes are really tight. You definitely have to hit your lines here, or else you will be kicked off into oblivion. Trust me, you saw it in the videos today. I was, but it was an absolute blast to play here. I'm actually probably going to go play this course one more time before I head out, because I do want to beat the score that I put up of 2 over. But guys, this course is in between Nashville and Memphis, on the way off the 40, about 40-minute drive. If you guys love disc golf, check this course out. It is totally worth the drive. Thank you so much for the support. You guys take care and subscribe to the channel.
Been in the ground for 2 years now. A lot of changes happening with one's changed, two's changed. Got some changes coming to the back nine this winter. 11A will be up and running here in the next couple of weeks. 10 long pin positions coming. Lots of changes happening here at J&B, and look forward to having everybody out.